the Adriatic North mission. It is one of the coolest missions I've ever heard of. I mean, like, you can go to tons of places, and every mission matters, but when I get to describe where I was serving, it's like next door to Italy and Austria and Hungary, that Eastern European, like, edge, but each country has their own influence, their own culture, their own history, where the fact that as a missionary in the Adriatic North Mission, you have the opportunity to serve in each country, and so the countries include Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Montenegro. And these countries, they have their own significant history, being former Yugoslavia, lots of civil wars and everything that's happened there, that it's almost their countries are nationally recognized by their religion at the same time. So being in Slovenia, they're majority Roman Catholic, they're influenced structurally, culturally by Austria and Italy, so that's kind of their the way that the country was, how do I put this, their buildings, their buildings in more up towards Maribor, they have that Austrian feel, whereas I don't know, it was just really cool, there's the different cultures that way. Missionary wise, when I got there were about 70 missionaries. There just weren't very many. I mean, in Slovenia there were 12 of us, and that was tiny, comparatively to other missions. But towards the end of the mission, just because of the age change, they almost nearly doubled, and majority, we doubled sisters. But one of the really cool things is we had a senior couple in almost every area, which is kind of rare, but the senior couples helped out so much when it came to missionary travel and member support and things like that. And so I was always really happy when it came down to knowing I had someone to turn to, because sometimes it's just struggle, it was hard just to feel you're with your companion, but at the same time you feel kind of isolated from the rest of the world, just because your focus is so much different. You're set apart to be outside of the world, and so it was just really good to have senior couples there. Okay, so the missionary who was called there, most of them were Americans. However, we had some superstars from the area. We had a couple mini missionaries that we got to work with, but also a couple full-time missionaries. One actually got called to our mission. He's from Celje, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, and he served, well, is still currently serving in Serbia and Bosnia, and, well, no, he's in Serbia right now currently. But no, so there are missionaries both from the countries and from outside the countries, but the majority of the missionaries serving in the Adriatic North Mission are from the United States. We had a few foreign missionaries, but not too many. So, but not all of them from Utah, promise. So the sisters got pulled out of Serbia for a little bit, but other than that, we got to serve everywhere. I mean, I was lucky enough to be one of the first sisters to serve in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We opened up the city Banja Luka to sister missionaries, me and a brand new missionary. I'd been speaking Serbian for about 4 months. She was brand new into the country, and we just whitewashed the area, brand new, and that was an incredible experience, just realizing how much faith we had to put forth, to walk out the door each morning, where we knew all we had to do that day was to talk to people on the streets and have our luck at, talking to people through their doors, and I know that tracting and contacting can be spiritually guided. We had crazy miracles all the time, starting out in Bosnia, and the people there are so incredible. If I ever talk about the people I met on my mission, the people from the Balkans, people from Slovenia, from Serbia, from Bosnia, they are in my heart forever. and I can't, like, my mission, it changed the way that I love, and the beginning of my mission, I felt really strongly about being an example of the believers, going back to Timothy and how he, that kind of a message. However, when I finished my mission, it was that perfect love casteth out all fear. It didn't matter how many struggles that I had, because I wanted to be there for the people there. And if they could tell that sincerity, if they could read that from me, then they were way more willing just to have a conversation with me, and that was really incredible in all of the countries, just learning what struggles like each person had, because it was cultural, like a lot of the family struggles or the lifestyle struggles, but being able to testify sincerely that, like, no, listen, like, I know that God loves you, like, it made huge impacts, even if they were just small. A lot of the time the mission was seed planting. Like, as much as, like, I would have loved to watch all of the reaping, like, I was really blessed to be able to go and just put out the face, being that disciple that, that could leave a good impression of the gospel on people. That was a lot of what I taught my companions, like, it's like, it doesn't really matter if it's the struggle monster, keep that smile on, because that's what matters. Like, when people see that you love life, and then they start to wonder why you're so happy.